Well, first of all, I think they're going to feel really welcome. They're going to see that they're not judged. And they are going to experience groups with really experienced facilitators who've been working at this for a long time. They're going to find a curriculum that is really creative and is willing to change over time. We don't look at our program ever like it's stagnant. We put together the best that we have for today. And we might have a group or some new initiatives were experienced or a new intervention took place. And in staffing that gets reported, it's like, great. How do we replicate that? That seemed to work really, really well. How do we do more of that? Or we might say, we had an idea that this group, this has happened to me a lot, where I thought, this group's gonna be great. It's gonna be the greatest. People are like, that group's lame. I don't really get anything out of it. So we listen, right? We listen and we try to adapt over time. We try to stay, I view programs like a living organism. You need to be able to treat them as such. You can't deal with it as this finite, fixed model. People usually have several years of hopelessness or bad experiences or stigma or feeling like there's an identification with themselves. So it's really about getting people to try new things, and the structure of the groups and the way in which you do that has to hold that and hold people's interest and have interesting people in it. So I think the biggest objection people usually have is that I've tried so many other things. I don't know how this is going to work for me, and what we can do is create an opportunity, create the best possible opportunity we can for you to see yourself clearly, for you to see where things are at for you. You need to experience and do other things to feel differently. So in other words, yes, I accept that, I validate that. It's really impossible to feel that way. It's hard to get up out of bed in the morning. What's the point? I already don't like myself. I would say you don't like your behavior. You don't like the behavior you've had, and you probably don't like the story, and you probably don't like the set of circumstances that have been handed to you. However, I'm here to remind you that your book of life is not finished yet. Your book of life has chapters in it which have led you to this place, and a new page is ready to turn. The difference is you get to write it this time. You get to write where we go from here. There's nothing you can do about what happened up before, what happened to you, especially as a kid, especially, people being in school systems that didn't work out for them or whatever, bullied. There's all sorts of incredibly horrible things that happen to people that get them to a place of feeling hopeless. The whole point of therapy, the whole point of an outpatient program that's effective is to look at redefining that. But the redefinition comes with a deal. And my deal is, you have to show up and be committed to trying new things. And you might try a new thing today and you're not going to feel better today. But when we start to practice habits over a period of time and we do things differently over a period of time, our self-worth starts to shift as well. I feel so guilty. I feel so horrible. That's because I'm doing shitty things that make me feel guilty and horrible all the time. And I'm trying to get out of it. And I can't because I'm trying to change the behavior. But I can't change the behavior because I don't even know why I'm doing it. Right? So got to figure out why we're doing it. Got to figure out how it got there. Got to be honest about those things. But we don't fix it. We don't fix it overnight. Awareness is the key to every other change. So we cultivate awareness. Well, this is about a journey that will go on long after you're at BIH.